progress that you make, she listens and she answers. And if you want to learn a certain song, she would tell you if you're ready or not. What I enjoy about taking piano lessons is the music, the sound that you get when you accomplish something.
Sales. I'm a retired lawyer. I have sung in choirs all my life, took a little bit of piano when I was a child, thought maybe I'd like to get back to it, just fiddling around. Not very good at it, but having fun.
Working with Dr. Walwyn is a lot of fun, and it's always a productive lesson when I'm with her, and she's always teaching me something new, and it's always an interesting lesson, and she's very encouraging, and she's a wonderful teacher, and I'm glad I'm with her.
All right, let's do that one more time. And this time you're going to use a little pedal, and then you're going to come up real quick on the chords. Try towards the top. And shh. A little bit more, a little bit more. Good. Once again.
She adapts really well to the individual needs of each student. And she's also really nice. I remember I came into a lesson one time and she offered me cake. I mean, how many piano teachers do you know that just give you cake? I mean, it was really learned was the importance of listening while playing. Students, they get caught up, with reading the notes and watching their fingers. They forget to listen to themselves as they're playing and figure out what they bring to the musical narrative. Because the score is just a blueprint. It's up to you, the performer, to sort of fill in those blanks, and you do that. I think by always asking questions, should I play louder here? Should I play softer here? Should I speed up there? All these nuances breathe life into the music. So you have to constantly be listening, every second, to every note. Because the moment you stop listening to yourself is the moment that the audience stops listening to you. Dr. Walwyn is a very versatile teacher. She incorporates her technique into a variety of other genres in addition to classical, such as jazz and gospel. These techniques are useful for any musician who wants to avoid injury and also develop better facility on the keyboard.
All right, so let's stop there. You're going to fall on your thumb instead of moving so much to get your finger up to the black note. Fall on your thumb and allow the black note to be part of the release, the up. Alright, let me stop you here and try that ascending scale one more time and just bring a little bit more sweet to it. Take your time and then melting into the same tempo as you had before.
My name is Kayla Waters, and I'm a graduate of Howard University. I hold a Bachelor of Music degree in piano performance, and I studied under Dr. Karen Walwyn. She helped me establish a solid piano technique that allows me to use my hands, my wrists, my forearms, my back, all in a natural way, enabling me to be the best pianist possible.
Grateful for her teaching, her advice, and her wisdom as a musician, pianist, and professor.
I need to ask if you can make it a little bit more, almost
almost like a little lightning bolt that happens in the sky. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yes, something, so that it's not just all a bunch of notes, while fast and dynamic in of its own. Bring our attention to right in here, then back off and then make a nice crescendo all the way up to the top. All right. Yes. Maybe this is a little different from how you were thinking about it.
I think this is actually a better way of thinking about it. I wasn't paying enough attention to the right hand as I was playing this section. I mean, I think a lot of my energy was coming from the left hand. I was trying to focus on just hitting the notes as it's taught. But I can pay a little bit more attention to it now that I have progressed with this piece.
Let us know that this is a restatement. So maybe a little bit more time there, a little bit more emphasis, something that let us know. So it's not just sort of just a blur. Okay. One more time, right from the top. And so right at that point, even bigger. I'm hoping that some things would help.
It definitely helps.
Well, thank you. You've been a wonderful person. Hi, I'm Karen Walwyn. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really, really enjoy teaching piano. I teach privately. I am on faculty at Howard University, and whether I'm in my private studio or at school, it's a constant source of joy, and they all bring me an interesting challenge, whether it's my youngest ones who need the encouragement to continue to strive for perfection, to my professional students that I have both at my studio and at Howard University, where I have the opportunity to bring the level up to career level, competition level, and to see their joy in what they're able to accomplish, it is what gives me continued passion.
My very first teacher that was especially inspirational for me was Rosalie Gregory. She was this wonderful, warm, beautiful pianist that I met at Broward Community College when I was still in high school. When I was playing the Rachmaninoff Concerto, number 2 in C minor, the first movement, she stopped me almost immediately and said, "You're not listening," she said to me. "I need to teach you how to make a musical line." And I was wondering, what did she mean? Because I thought that I was being musical. And so she began the long, arduous task of really helping me to understand a phrase, to how one note connects to the next, and how one phrase connects to another phrase. How legato you can make each line. And wow, what a new concept for me. She didn't accept less than what she expected of herself. Ever since then, I have been listening so much more closely. And as you hear in the background with me playing the Chopin Nocturne, my goal is to always continuously create a line, and that's what she was able to pass on to me. From there, I went on to study with Ivan Davis and with Dr. J.B. Floyd at University of Miami, and it was there that I learned so much about the technique of piano. Dr. Floyd and I worked for many, many hours every week on really cultivating a beautiful sound and developing control so that I could eventually feel like I knew how to take something like the Liszt transcendental etudes and being able to not just play the notes, but to be able to actually take it off of the page. With Dr. Floyd, not only did we work on technique, we worked on repertoire, but we worked on listening to dynamics and the contrast, making sure that I understand where my piano is compared to my forte, compared to the fortissimo. Always having the array of colors ready at hand to express. I feel especially grateful for all that I've learned from him. Then when I went up to University of Michigan to finish up with my doctoral studies, I studied with Louis Nagel, with Theodore Lettvin, and with Arthur Green, and also with Susan Starr. With Theodore Lettvin, he was amazingly inspiring because in each lesson, if he wasn't dancing, he was conducting or he was telling stories, all of which would allow me to have a closer look at the character of each piece. And when I walked out of the lessons, I felt hugely inspired and ready to go practice, and sources of inspiration were infinite with him. With Louis Nagel, I learned about great techniques of practice and memorization and preparation for the stage, learning the history of the composers a little bit more intimately, and then working with Arthur Green, how to really bring a piece to a wonderful, polished presentation. He was very particular with working on the structure of the piece, the architecture of the piece. We talked about phrases, we talked about sections, and we talked about the larger sections. And so, where's the highest point? Where's the climatic point? And not just one phrase, that point inside of the section, and that larger point inside of the entire work. I loved how we talked about how you have to have the ebb and the flow, the building up of the tension, more and more and more until we got to that point. And then what do we do when we get there? And then the resolution. It was amazing time working with him. And then with Susan Starr, bringing everything together to a level that was, for me, unimaginable, with her expertise in the history of, the touch of the piano, the repertoire. She had so many things to offer. That kind of intense work is what I believe has carried me out into a new place when I'm on stage. And so I feel very blessed that I had such a wonderful opportunity to study with each one. And I only hope that I'm able to share with my students as much as I have been able to learn, if not more, because with each student, they bring something to me that I learn from them. And I'm hoping that with the combination of our time together, my students will be able to fly with beautiful pianism. I've also studied with pianists in Salzburg, Austria, and I taught in Barcelona, Spain for 6 years. And the challenge of having to speak in Spanish was especially interesting, and it really proves that music is an international language. I sincerely hope to inspire my students and to guide them just as my teachers have guided me. Thank you so much for listening and viewing this video. You can read more about my background at KarenWalwyn.com, and please feel free to drop me an email at drkwalwyn@gmail.com, drkwalwyn@gmail.com. I hope to see you soon. Thanks again.